Blaze TV subscribers, just want to give you guys a thank you and a shout out for being subscribers. But if you are a freeloader watching on YouTube, the least you could do is go and subscribe, like this post, make sure you comment for all of the algorithm and engagement and all that stuff, okay? All right? You can continue freeloading, but at least click those buttons. I want to present to you the first edition of Dear Sarah. We told you guys that we would be doing it. If you needed advice, you needed dating tips, whatever you need, you can email us at dearsarah@theblaze.com, and we would be taking some of your questions. We have gotten quite an influx, so we will be doing these over, the coming weeks. Keep sending in your questions. We will get to them. But here's the first one. It says, Dear Sarah, I have a good friend, and I was telling her about what's going on in the schools, how all the teachers tell kids to lie to their parents. So my friend said, where are you hearing all of these lies? She's in her 40s, and I've known her for over 20 years. I tried telling her, but finally I just quit talking to her about it. She said, whatever, these kids are comfortable in their skin, so it is okay. I was ready to shake her, but she is a really big girl and too big for me to shake. This is hurting my friendship with her. Any suggestions? I assume you mean the belief system and not the fact that she's too big to shake is hurting your friendship with her. But look, here's what I would say. Friendships have to be based. Friendships are typically based. The friendships that work are based in common beliefs, common value systems, right? Common morals. That's just kind of why friendships work. And so if protecting kids is a big deal to you and it's not a big deal to her and she wants to claim that it's lying, I prefer to surround myself with people who have common value systems, common beliefs, common interests, common interests in protecting children and making sure that all of the sexualization and the indoctrination stops in public schools. And I would just ask you to just kind of revisit how important this friendship really is to you. What are you getting from the friendship, right? It doesn't sound like a lot. I want to share a story really quickly here. I had a mom friend. We'll call her a mom friend. And our kids grew up together since they were very, very little. COVID hit. She was conservative-ish, I guess. COVID hit. She got crazy about the masks. We didn't see each other for a very long time, over a year. Finally, when she started leaving her house again with her children, she said, well, we're happy to do play dates, but only if you and your child wear a mask. And I said, we're not going to do that. We're not wearing masks inside. We're definitely not wearing masks outside. We're going to be outside. It's going to be, we're breathing fresh air. We're not going to do that. And she got very mad that she couldn't control us into wearing masks. And that was the last time we spoke, was when I said, I'm sorry, we can't do that. And we've never spoken again because it just, something happens. And if something is that important to you, the relationship just isn't going to work. That's my personal opinion. Do you guys have any different opinions than that?
Well, just real quick, because it has been a friend for 20 years, this isn't just like a small acquaintance or a short acquaintance. I think the shaking is a good analogy. I always talk about this all the time. It's like you can't shake somebody. You can't wake them up to all the bad stuff that's going on in the world. So almost just like them for them and don't even wake them up to the black-pilled reality. I know that sounds unfair, but ignorance is bliss, and be friends with them for being friendly and not because,
But sometimes I think people are friends for so long, they grow apart.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
If it was 20 years ago, she may have been a different person then. You may have been a different person then. But it's okay to grow apart. You don't have to stay friends with everyone just for the sake of staying friends.
Well, yeah, exactly. But it's also like you're trying to shake and wake people up. I know that she was just saying that as a metaphor. It's not really necessarily your job to wake people up. I think people kind of wake up on their own. I know that sounds crazy because I talk about conspiracies and stuff. If you're not really interested in realizing that about the vaccine, about the pandemic, you can't teach somebody that by yelling at them. They have to want to learn it themselves.
Yeah, Eric, you got any words?
Well, I mean, me and my friends, the ones that I actually would call my friends, were pretty much eye to eye on a lot of core topics. And look, man, certain people have certain issues that are important to them, and if it's a divisive topic, it is. But if it's to the point to where you can't get over it, you can't really shake that because it's that important to you. Look, man, ain't nothing wrong with hey, man, toning it down a little bit, taking a step back as far as maybe that friend's no longer your friend and maybe it's an acquaintance because it's an important topic to you. You shouldn't feel like you have, it's your friend after all. You shouldn't feel like you have to sacrifice something that's so important to you for the sake of either coddling the feelings or maintaining some relationship with another individual.
Yeah, all right, I got one more here we got to get to quickly. Hey, Sarah, I love your work. I'm here to ask you if it's true that if you don't use it, you lose it. Asking for a friend. Well, 40-year-old virgin. I actually am married with children, so I wouldn't know anything about that. Alex?
That's true. That's what they say. You know, what is it? Law. An object that is in motion will stay in motion.
What I'm saying is Alex doesn't use it, so he must have.
I've already lost it. I'm just saying you better use it or you will lose it. That's a fact.